Okay, battle stance, isometric hold for knee flexion. So what we're going to do, battle stance is 1 foot up, 1 knee down. So as you can see, I've got this beautiful blue cushion from my local rugby league team. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this underneath ankle and low shin. This is not for making my knee feel better. This is to be able to generate the right amount of force through the floor. Because if I put this up here, as I push down there, I've got this big space that will limit the amount of force I can actually get here. So what I want to do there is now, as I'm driving down, I've got an even amount of force and I can actually generate a lot more force here through my quad. So anyway, this is the battle stance. So what I want you to do is, if you're doing this, you've probably got a certain angle of knee flexion where you're getting into some pain or discomfort or something like that. So what we want to do is we want to find where that point is. Don't quite go into pain. You can get into a little just as soon as the discomfort starts, or you can back off a tiny bit. So as an example, if I do this and I go down nice and slowly, and I'm like, right, well, this is where the discomfort starts. This will be where I do the exercise. Or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, if this is where it starts, then just come up a little bit and do it just above. But what you're going to do is you're going to be doing this isometrically, and you're going to be wanting to do it probably to about failure, but obviously the program's going to say. So to hold this for 60 seconds, which is probably what you're going to be doing, somewhere around there, very, very difficult. So what you're going to have to do is just play around with how much weight you put on this other leg. So as you can see here, if I put this leg right back here, I can basically take almost all my weight on this leg. Not what I want to do. Now I can probably do this with my foot out there. I want my shoulders, as I come back, I want my shoulders to stay above my hips. I can probably sit here, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 seconds before I fail. So what I want you to do is just play around with where this foot goes to find the right level of resistance and force on this leg to get to the prescribed amount of time for the prescribed amount of effort. If it says 100%, it means you're going to failure, at which point you just kind of can't go anymore. When you feel that go, don't let it drop down, because obviously if you've got doing this, you've probably got issues with the knee flexion and that'll hurt. So as soon as you get to that point you can't go anymore, just lean forward. That'll take the weight off the knee. So 60 seconds. If it says 80%, then it's just, you're going pretty close to failure or very close to failure, but not quite to failure. And I'll build you up as the program goes. But that's basically it. So get to this position, get that, I'll show from a different angle. With this other leg that you're not using, get to a position, find it, say put it maybe here, and as you come back, just play with the amount of effort, also the amount of weight that you're taking on this other leg, so that the knee that we're flexing, that we're working, can actually do the 60 seconds or so worth of work until you get a failure. And like I said, when failure hits, just lean forward, because as you do this exercise, the more I lean forward, if I lean forward here, I'm not really doing much with my quads or my knees. If I do this with my shoulders above my hips, now all my weight's further back from where that knee is. That's when it starts to get hard. So anyway, knee flexion, isometric hold in the battle stance. Enjoy.